But one thing I can say about Tim Killings, he did something that I've never seen done that everyone else was scared to do. When Johannes Mesley was sitting in that courtroom, acting like he was crying, Tim Killings stood up and said, "Save those fake blah 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 tears. You know what you did." And they arrested him in the courtroom, and they kept him for 3 days, but he wouldn't break down. And that's something that I want us to do. I want to jump over that stand, and I can't say what I want to do. But I know Bobby did, I know Wanda did, but Tim did it, and I will ever be indebted to Tim for standing up in that courtroom in Los Angeles, California, and standing up for Oscar. Tim Killings.
How everybody doing tonight? Hey, so, I mean, that incident, Jack, every time I see him, he brings that incident up. Let me say that I would never take that incident back for nothing, and that sort of shot me into a position that I never planned on being in. But I guarantee that any one of my comrades that I hang with, if they were in that courtroom with me, they would have did the same thing. Nothing special. If anybody would have been sitting in that courtroom with Oscar Grant, he would have seen the corruption of the system up front. So I don't think I deserve any, special credentials or nothing for that. It was just something that happened in the moment, and it got me to where I'm at today. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been on numerous, sadly, police campaigns, police murder campaigns. After that, it hasn't stopped yet. So the first thing I want to say is thank you to Geraldine and Adam Blueford. Sister, every time I hear you speak, man, the Creator is working through you. And don't you stop. Don't stop. So they asked me to speak about why the Laney Black Student Union, which I'm president of, supports the struggle to receive justice for Alan Blueford. And there's numerous reasons why we support it, as you're going to see. The Laney Black Student Union is a strong supporter in the struggle to receive justice for Alan Blueford, Raheem Brown, Oscar Grant, and all other brothers and sisters who have been unjustly executed by the police. We call on the city of Oakland, the Oakland DA, and the soon-to-be appointed compliance director to fire Miguel Masso and press criminal charges against him for the murder of Alan Blueford. First off, we want to charge you, we want to fire. How you on pay leave? We support the Blueford family because we fully understand how hard it is to get public officials, lawyers, judges, police chiefs, investigators, and even community members to look past the same standard, tired, cover-up story that some pig felt threatened by an unarmed citizen as a justification for murder. We support, the Laney BSU supports the Bluefords in their struggle for justice because we fully understand that if we do nothing, a murderer on paid leave will walk free, unchecked, with no consequences, able to murder another member of our community at will. We fully support the Bluefords in their struggle for justice for Alan Blueford because we are more than just a student organization at Laney College. We are deeply concerned members of the Oakland community, a community where black, brown, and poor people are under direct attack from a neoliberal state. 50% of black youth are unemployed. The concentration of wealth in Oakland has drastically changed the demographics through urban removal here, biological warfare that has destroyed the black community through the cocaine trade and the war on drugs, public school closures, mass incarceration, racial discrimination, homelessness. It's just a few of these attacks that we are faced with in our community. The Laney BSU not only recognizes these attacks on our community, we refuse to lay down as it takes place. We seek to organize with all those who are willing to actively combat and resist these attacks. The Laney BSU fully understands that the police are not here to defend our communities against these injustices. On the contrary, they're here to keep this system running, and in doing so, they have declared themselves enemies of our community. Alan Blueford was murdered. He was murdered to send a message to the rest of our community that resistance is useless, change is impossible, and we should submit to our unjust conditions of our community. But we refuse to accept this passive fate. We refuse to continue to look to a corrupt city government which is incapable of holding a corrupt police force responsible for a clear murder and cover-up. When the city of Oakland does nothing but charge the family for a coroner's report, makes them beg for a police report, while locking the doors of a public meeting, and given an estimated time of 2 years for a complete investigation, they have exposed their true natures and intentions. So no matter what they come out and say, no matter how hard they try to convince the community that they are on our side, we know that these are lies, and the BSU strongly stresses the need for direct action. Direct action such as port shutdowns, as we heard earlier, city hall takeovers, DA sit-ins. These are proven tactics that produce much desired results. These are tactics that are going to take sacrifice, and direct action is what we believe is the way forward. Why should we play by the city's rules? I mean, I say this is because sometimes we're defined by trying to do the right thing. Sometimes the right thing is breaking some rules. So, I mean, like, why should we play by the city's rules? Why should we play by the city's rules? Because they have already shown their unwillingness to seek the truth and justice. To get justice for our brothers and sisters, some rules are going to have to be broken. To hold these murdering police accountable, some laws are going to have to be broken. Out of all the police murders in Oakland, from little Bobby Hutton to Alan Blueford, Johannes Mesley was the only one ever charged. And a few squad cars had to get burnt, a few windows had to get busted, the people had to take direct action. And while the city of Oakland, while this was happening, the city of Oakland was telling all the people that violence is not justice, and how wrong we were, and how brainwashed we have been by outside agitators. A jury was being, at the same time they was telling us this, a jury was being convinced that Mesley was reaching for his taser. A judge was giving him a 2-year sentence. Marisol Dominici, another officer on the platform, was getting her job back. Johannes Mesley tried to get his job back. All the officers involved on the platform are currently seeking immunity against civil liability right now. And the city has allowed every other officer who has murdered someone since then to walk away scot-free. So that's why the BSU supports the Blueford family, and we advocate doing whatever is necessary to receive justice for all our murdered brothers and sisters.